Hello, my creative friends. I'm having such a creative entrepreneur day today. I love it. It's so much fun. I just finished a Zoom call with a couple of hundred other artists and creatives, just like you and me, I would imagine. And we're talking about loving your work and amplifying your work and letting it be seen and letting it be loved. It's Share the Work Week. In case you're like, wait, can I join? Yes, of course. Join, please, for real, join. It's free. You can just RSVP. I'll send you a link to hop in the next Zoom call. We're meeting on Zoom every day this week at noon. So yeah, join us, please. Okay, but today we were talking about loving our work and letting it live inside of us and outside of us. And it was this lovely conversation. But we kept having this other conversation around burnout, which was fascinating because I think I've hacked burnout. Like, I think I have experienced enough life and I've been a creative entrepreneur long enough. It's been like 18 or 19 professional years. I can't do math. So math is not my strong suit. Art is, thank goodness, and teaching is, which is also lovely. But dates, I don't know. I've been a professional entrepreneur since 2007 when I had my first art show, and it went very well, and it convinced me that yes, I can indeed be an artist. I love this. So that was monumental for me. But since then, I have experienced burnout several times, many times. Once catastrophically, and then many times in these little like matchstick kind of ways, like, oop, little burn, oop, okay, watch out, which is just your body signaling that you need to rest, you need to pause, and you need to rejuvenate. But I think I have cracked the code on never experiencing catastrophic burnout ever again, the kind that you have to recover from for weeks, months, maybe even years. No, no, no. So let's talk today about how you can also avoid big burnout and honor the little tiny burnouts that might happen along the way of just your body and your cycles and your creative flow needing to be nourished and loved, which is very normal and very cyclical. So yeah, let's get into it. If you're new to the Do It for the Process podcast, welcome. I'm Emily, and this podcast is dedicated to artists and creatives and those that are curious about our lives and our growth and our studio's growth. So you are in the right place if that sounds like you. Before we talk about the very sexy topic of burnout, I also need to tell you that Making Artwork is open for enrollment this Thursday. Yes, this Thursday, March 26th, it'll be open for a week. This is the time of year when I get to change artists' lives around the globe. No big deal. Actually, that's such a huge deal. Oh my gosh. It makes my whole entire heart swell just to get to do this work and to get to talk about this work, and then to get to walk alongside the artists that join Making Artwork each year. It's absolutely incredible, and the experience is so sweet and so powerful. Making Artwork is a 9-week course, masterclass, that takes you from wanting to grow a studio and wanting to see sales and wanting to accomplish your dreams, maybe get a licensing deal, maybe beginning to wholesale your work, maybe just as simple as like growing your email list and launching collections and photographing your work better and beginning to post on social media and having people respond, and like having that mature business takes effort and strategy and time. And Making Artwork is a really, really great way of simplifying those things, because your job is to be an artist and your job is to be back in the studio creating. So we can make the business part easier together. So that's Making Artwork. It opens for enrollment on Thursday. And I was just talking on this Zoom call about the fact that I'm so excited to offer 2 different pricing structures this year, which I think is going to make the course both fit your flow and fit your rhythm, and also maybe fit your your budget better, which will be lovely. So one option is the same as it has been. You get the course for 2 full years. You can go through it at your own pace. You can walk alongside a peer group that's going through it at their own pace. You can go nice and slow. You can absorb, you can implement, you can take the course at the speed that you need to take it to actually grow your business and to have the course alongside of you as an instrument in that growth, which love. That's the same. We love that. The new option, which is more affordable, is the fast track option. You get the entire course, you get everything, you get all the lives, no edits there. The only difference is you don't get that lingering pace. So you're getting the course just for the amount of time that the course takes to go through. Actually, you get it longer. The course is 9 weeks long. You get it for 12 weeks, but it's like a jump start, get in, consume everything, go, go, go. You've got this, like that really powerful incubator energy. Like, I am going to consume this. I'm ready. Let's go. If that's the energy that you're falling into, that you kind of sense inside of yourself, definitely do course option number 1, which is more affordable. It's easier on your pocketbook. It's a little bit more intensive for your energy during the course itself, but honestly, that's kind of magical. Like, you've got this. You can totally do this. So pick the energetic option that works best for you. And I can't wait to see you in there. It's genuinely, I can sense the energy in the space. I can sense the warmth already. People are already like, I'm going to sign up this year. I can't wait. And the energy that they're bringing is so precious and so powerful. So I can't wait to just like envelop all of us in that magical transformational goodness, absolute goodness. Okay. Energetic shift here. Let's talk about burnout. You'd think from my first episode back, I would choose a subject that's like a little bit more pleasant to discuss, but no, I do think we need to just get in here and talk about burnout because maybe it's also, we've been through a year and a few months of some really, really big unknowns. And as people, creative people in particular, that receive the information around us and we're perceiving things all the time and we're soaking it in all the time, we're more prone to feeling the strain of unknowns than anyone. Like, just acknowledge that, okay? It's very tiring being a creative person in an unknown and uncertain world, especially when things that are around us feel painful and they feel hard and they feel, it's a lot. So acknowledge that, and it's okay to, to feel that way. So as a result, a lot of us are wary of approaching burnout. Maybe we're in burnout. Maybe we know that it is very, very possible. So I would like to offer the creative community 3 ways that I avoid burnout as someone that has a full business, a large collector list. I have a lot of demands on my creative energy and a lot of demands on my personal energy. So burnout is likely, if I'm being honest with you. Burnout is likely. And no, I will not go into it. No, I'm not doing that. And then I'd also like to offer you a tip for recovering from burnout if you are like, too late, it's happening, I'm in it. What do I do? So let's talk first about how to avoid burnout. Then we'll talk about how to heal from it or recover from it if you're currently experiencing it. So tip number 1 of avoiding burnout is this. Please acknowledge and be aware that capitalism and creativity are working on opposing wavelengths. Okay. And as someone that is trying to blend both, that can feel very exhausting. I tell myself the mantra, progress is quiet and slow, all the time, because when I try to make creativity meet the speed of capitalism, and by that I mean capitalism is a product first economy. It is a human doesn't matter. It does not prioritize humanity economy. In capitalism, your output matters most, your drive, your initiative, your production speed matters most. And as a creative, those things barely matter at all. Your willingness to tap into intuition, your ability to sense and to feel and to perceive, your ability to translate those perceptions into something meaningful. That happens at a pace that you can't always predict, and you definitely can't make fit the wheel of capitalism. So just be aware of that. Like I said, I tell myself the mantra progress is quiet and slow all the time, because it is okay for things to take time. It is okay for things to be progressing at their own pace. We are natural, part of nature beings. We are part of this beautiful ecosystem. We are not separate from nature. We are in it, which means that your creativity might have cyclical natures. It might have seasons of high production. It might have seasons of absolute dormant production. And that's okay. That's okay. It's okay for things to take time. It's okay to be gentle. You can be gentle and productive. And as someone that runs a business, this is my livelihood. I can't just, have seasons that last forever of no income, because I have a life to fund and 3 children. And, I love my life, and I want to keep it the way that it is. So because of that, I'm definitely aware that yes, we have to work within this framework and within this system that brings us a lot of benefits. Capitalism is not all bad. When you hear me critiquing capitalism, I'm not saying that it's bad. I'm just saying be aware of its impact on your creativity, and be aware that it might not mesh. And that's maybe the rub that you're feeling, is that push and pull of like this thing that we're working within doesn't serve us. It serves itself, which is, it's okay. The second tip is I must feel rewarded for my energy. This is really important, and it kind of ties into the first point about just be aware that progress is quiet and slow. You are working on your own pace, and that pace is good and beautiful. The second is I must feel rewarded for my energy, which means I need to feel an energetic exchange that feels rewarding. And I need to feel a financial exchange that feels rewarding. I need to feel something that feels like I am being rewarded for the energy that I'm putting into the world. Now, interestingly, the time in which I've had the most like life-shattering burnout was when I was also making the most money of my life. So it's not that I need to make money to feel rewarded. There's a reward structure with creativity that might not have like a monetary component to it. For example, this past January, I felt extremely rewarded when I painted a small floral like landscape painting. It was so beautiful. I'm so proud of it still. And I put it up for auction to raise money for Kind. And that felt so rewarding. There was something about that I didn't get any money for it. I didn't get any like monetary reward personally, but the whole project, both the creative work, it felt so good to create that day. It was cold outside. It was warm inside. I was by the fire. It was beautiful. It was a snow day. That felt good. So the creative work felt good. The work itself, I was so proud of it. It's so beautiful. I'm so like, I did that. I loved that. That felt rewarding. Doing it with a group of other artists felt rewarding. Donating money to a cause felt rewarding. So those are all things that feel rewarding that may not kind of like, again, match that monetary reward. But in that same framework though, if you don't feel like you're getting paid for your work, if you feel stressed about money, that's so exhausting. That will lead to burnout so quickly. So part of the thing that we have to kind of balance as artists and creatives is pricing our work so that we don't feel burnt out by our work. That's really, really important. We talk about that in Making Art Work for a whole module and throughout the entire course. If you don't feel rewarded by your creative work, if you don't feel like you can live bountifully in your creative work, you have to revisit your pricing, and you have to revisit your value structure that you bring to your work. Nobody can validate your prices except for you. So this begins with you. This begins with me. We can work on this together, but feeling like your work is giving abundantly to your life is a very quick balm to burnout. If you think about like literally burning, like something is on fire, this is a very quick bucket of water. Just like drench that whole thing, heal that wound that might be coming up, Be like, oh, this is valuable to me. I feel valued in this work. So delicious. The third is space to play. We have to be whimsical. We have to feel free. We have to feel as though we can come to our work and feel joy and satisfaction and freedom and play. And like no one is making us do something. We're doing this all by ourselves. This is our choice. We want to be here. There's so much healing in caring for yourself in this way. Release some pressure. Take off the shoulds and the coulds and the ego, like let that go and just play. And also, this will probably come with some discoveries. Maybe you'll find something new that you enjoy. Maybe you'll unlock a new medium or a new subject matter or a new outlet or a new business idea or like something. Something will come up that just feels like, oh, I want to do that. And I'm a manifesting generator, if you know about human design. So this is very natural for me. You might need more structure. You might need more things in place that feel like stability. And that is beautiful. For me, I need to play. I need to feel like I'm free and that I can be whimsical and that I can just flow and go. Ooh, I love it. And then my fourth tip for never experiencing burnout ever again, this is the most important one of all, knowing yourself and being willing to say no. Say no to anything that doesn't align with what you actually want and actually want to do and where you're actually headed with your aspirations and your dreams. If it doesn't align, you just say no. And the no can be offensive to somebody else, but you know who you do not want to offend? You. Do not hurt yourself. Do not do that to yourself. I'm speaking to myself here. There is nothing heroic about bypassing your boundaries. Please hear that again. There is nothing heroic about bypassing your boundaries. If you're doing things purely out of obligation, if you're doing things because you think that you should, or you think it's right, but it doesn't actually align with your inner knowing and your inner rightness, it's wrong. It is wrong. And I don't know about you, but doing things that bypass my boundaries leads to burnout so fast, so quickly in all areas of life. So just say no. Just say no. No is a complete sentence. Say no to things that don't excite you, don't align with your vision, don't align with your aspirations. They don't align with your values. Just say no. No, I disagree. I do not want to do that. Thank you for the offer, but no. Okay, those are my tips for healing from burnout and never experiencing burnout ever again, if we can help it. As I said, you might experience burnout after even acknowledging these tips and like taking them in and practicing them. But I think if I experience burnout ever again, it will be because I've ignored at least one of these, probably all of them, but at least one of them. And I hope to never, ever do that ever again. So those are my tips for that. These are also my tips for healing from burnout. If you kind of shift your perspective a little bit and begin to think like, okay, now all of these are healing practices. They work in that sense also. I would add a very big emphasis. If you're currently experiencing burnout, please take in all of these things, internalize them, and let them live in you as much as you possibly can. I would also put a very strong emphasis, I'm like tapping my fingers, a very strong emphasis on the need for play and if play feels like too much of a whimsical idea, the need for you to come into your creative practice, put down a giant sheet of paper or a giant blob of clay or a new piece of fabric, whatever your creative medium is, put down enough that you feel like you can just mess around and you can just do some things and take away every expectation you have of success. In fact, I would say if you're coming to your creative work after a lot of burnout, your goal is to create something so ugly, but so fun that you feel a little bit of that life growing back inside of you. You feel a little bit of that new plant kind of being like, oh, I'm here. It is spring. I can regrow this. This can like blossom again inside of me a little bit. Not too much. We're not going crazy yet, but a little bit that you're like, "Oh, I'm still in there." Okay, okay. And once you feel that, you can begin nurturing that. And again, if you're the kind of person that needs freedom, do this several times. If you're the kind of person that needs structure, plan to come back to your studio practice once a week or once every other day or every few days and just be in your space and just create for the sake of creating. We're leaving the ego outside of the room behind a brick wall. It is not accessible. Your ego, which by that I mean the story of who you are in the studio, the story of the artist that you should be, the story of the creative person that you should be, that person is not necessary. Right now, you're the person who's just allowing yourself to feel some delight, allowing yourself to feel some pleasure. It's so beautiful and so good. I hope this has been helpful. I hope that you feel encouraged by this. I hope you have some renewed, fresh springtime energy in this conversation. If it's also helpful, go back to the idea of the cyclical nature of humanity, of your human experience. We will always go through spring, summer, autumn, and winter. Repeat. Every year, not even with the seasons. You might be on a different season than what you're experiencing outside. That's totally fine. But you will have some kind of cyclical nature of idea, growth, fruition, celebration, rest. That's just a pattern that we repeat as people, as part of nature, as I said. So let yourself go through that pattern. And if you're currently in winter, just rest. It's okay. It's okay. It doesn't even mean that you're burning out. It just means that you need to rest. And that's completely appropriate and acceptable and good. So rest if you need to. If you feel that bit of spring inside of you, lean into it. But don't rush. You're not in summer. You're not in high output yet. You're just in like, oh, I love these fresh ideas. Okay, I'm gonna like see where they grow. Let's see what happens. If you're in that energy, please join me inside of Share the Work. As I said, it's totally free. You can just join every day. I'm very excited about it. If you want to tip into some summertime magic and some sustainability, also, if you want to sustain your business through all of the seasons, because being in winter means that you have to have some systems in place, okay? You have to have some processes ready to hold you so that you can take a break that you deserve. Join Making Art Work. It will change your entire business. I will give you my all. I can't wait to support you in both of these spaces. Okay, bye for now.